today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you details of a gold and mineral stock which have an upcoming meeting with Trump, which could potentially lead to a government stake in the company. So huge news potentially coming there. And for MMTLP, I'm going to be sharing with you a free template to contact your broker to preserve your record. So stay tuned for details of that. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So in terms of a recap yesterday, all the three indexes did surge yesterday. Today, at time of editing, they were down in the pre-market, and I think right now there is a little bit of recovery. In terms of stock news with regard to OpenAI, there was a deal with Broadcom, and Broadcom on this news surged more than 10%. So great news for everybody holding ticker symbol AVGO. And recently in the channel, you'll know we've been covering rare earths, and these stocks have been doing exceptionally well. I think today many of the stocks have also been doing well. There has not been that significant surge today, but I think they have been consolidating, and we're going to be looking at an interesting stock today as well. And other positive news with regard to Oracle and AMD, the partnership has been something significant, and we know that capacity for demand is growing. AMD right now at time of editing it up close to 3% and doing quite well. So let's have a look at overall in terms of the reaction from the Powell, and what we can see here, the Dow Jones is now going up approximately 400 points. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq are erasing the earlier losses after Fed Powell stated the balance sheet trimming could soon end. So that's potentially good news, especially with regard to an interest rate cut. And I think in terms of earnings, I think the big one tomorrow is going to be ASML prior to the market opening. We also have United as well as TSMC on Thursday. And finally, following on from the rare earths, I'd like to share with you some rare earth producers in the USA, which I think we have been looking at, and featured on the channel was USAR in the previous video. I also covered MP, so those two stocks have been doing exceptionally well. And in terms of the multi-mineral producers, we looked at NB, CRML and also AREC in the Discord, and I think one that's been doing exceptionally well for the year has been UAMY, so keep an eye out on that one as well. Before we get started, I'd like to take 1 minute of your time to share more details about the Trading Secrets Discord, and once you join, you'll get access to our daily stock alerts, the weekly watch list shared prior to trading on the Monday, also the $1 Million Challenge, and much more. And for some of the members, I also share my buy and sell alerts live. These include swing trades, and they also include long-term holds. In terms of the weekly watch list, these are our calls that are also recorded weekly with some tremendous returns, including LAES up over 152%, RUM up over 51%, and many more, but obviously not all calls are successful. We've had a $2,000 Discord update, and this includes live breaking news. It also includes why a stock is moving, analyst rating, FDA news, halt stack pools, and much more to help in your trading decisions. We have a new top ranked stocks DD channel with well over 30 stocks now for number one rated buy stocks. And finally, you can also join us in the famous $1 Million Challenge, where we use compound return investing, looking at 201 trades with a return of 3.5%. I'd like to now share details of a gold and mineral stock that we alerted yesterday in the Discord in our daily stock alerts, and today we also alerted again in terms of news, and you'll be able to see here that we alerted this at $34, and those who got in on this yesterday in the Discord would got it at a much cheaper price. But there was some good news, and that was what we shared in the Discord, was that the company is engaged ahead of high-level critical mineral talks with US President Donald Trump. So tremendous news there. And what I can share with you right now, at time of editing, the stock is up over 100%. So from that alert of $34, currently trading over $71, potentially may go over the $100 mark. So let's have a look at a post here from Moon Market, who's also called this out early, and he stated here, NBA volcanic setup, Donald Trump meeting soon. So again, congratulations to everybody in his side who also called this out. So let's now have a look at the company itself. So ticker symbol NVA, also known as Nova Materials. So for those of you who want to know about the company, it's a company that engages in the exploration of mineral properties in Australia and the United States, and it's exploring for gold, antimony, and also critical minerals, potentially rare earths as well. It owns 85% interest in the flagship Estelle Gold project, and that consists of 803 mining claims. So huge potential there for the company. But let's have a look at the key news that caused the catalyst and the growth and the spike in share price today. So from Yahoo Finance, we can see here, breaking news: Nova Materials engaged ahead of high-level critical mineral talks with the US President Donald Trump. So potentially a huge deal on the cards there for the company. If we have a look at the details of this, the company announced that they have been approached by the Excellency Kevin Rudd, the Australian ambassador to the United States, and he's provided a comprehensive update on the gold and critical minerals project in Alaska. And the briefing is in preparation for an upcoming meeting between the Australian Prime Minister and the US President Donald Trump. This is scheduled for Thursday, October the 20th, 2025, where critical minerals and strategic resource cooperation will be key discussion points. So we know that the US government has also taken a stake in MP, covered also in the previous video. We can also see here, in terms of positive news for the company, there was also a recent $43.4 million award from the US Department of War and robust government backing at federal, state and local levels for the company, highlighting its strategic importance. And the company has also planned an antimony refinery at Port Mackenzie with secured land use permits. So obviously they're potentially a great future. And then in addition to these two catalysts, first one with regards to the upcoming meeting with Trump and the $43.4 million award, we also have an exploration momentum where there have been positive results in terms of sample drilling, and that could potentially add millions of ounces of gold for the company. And the fourth one is the macro tailwinds and gold's in excess of 58% year-to-date rise to over $4,000 per ounce, and I think that is set to continue. So great news there. And finally, I would like to share with you some potential risk, because obviously it is a high risk, high reward situation in terms of a potential investment. So do your own due diligence and research. But in terms of the bull case, a potential government partnership could fast track to production and give the company a huge upside, especially with regard to gold leverage, and that could be a 2 or 3% upside, especially within the next 12 to 18 months, if in terms of the drills results confirm this, and I think that is a strong possibility. In terms of the bear case, obviously it's going to be a highly volatile stock. There are always risks in terms of exploration, there's always a risk in terms of dilution from sales, and obviously gold could also take a significant downturn, but certainly a very interesting stock, and certainly one that I would think is useful certainly for a swing trade and one to add to your watch list. Let's have a look at the latest updates for MMTLP. So shout out here to John Burder, who's posted with regard to some research and connecting the dots in terms of FINRA. He states here, going down the rabbit hole, he's clicked on the link here in terms of a FINRA post from April 3rd, 2025, and it's taken him to this particular page, and in the article they highlight the website that shared the story. We can see there from bleepingcomputer.com, and the full link is in the post there. And from here, maybe we can do the following: contact the writer, find out how he got the sources, give him the goods on a much bigger story, and see if this leads to anything positive or productive. And what I'd now like to do is follow on from the previous video where we looked at the call to action and to contact your brokers to preserve your trading records, as we are upcoming to a very critical 3-year date. So again, I have had a number of requests from the viewers who've asked for information in terms of how they can contact the broker, what they can say. What I'd now like to do is share with you a free template that you can use to edit and customize to contact your broker and make them aware of the 3-year rule for your trading records for MMTLP. So I will add a link to this in the comments, so go ahead and check the comments out in the video for the link to this, so you can put your own details in and edit it. But basically, just to quickly go through it, the subject you can put is litigation hold notice, preservation of trading records pursuant to the 3-year rule for tick symbol MMTLP, which is what you are focusing and concentrating on. So you can address it to the legal and compliance department, put your broker name in, put your broker address or email in, put after the date, then the reference is a request to preserve documents and ESI related to my account and trading records pursuant to the SEC rule there. And in terms of ESI, what we mean by that is electronically stored information. So in terms of the content, you can say you're formally requesting the preservation of all your documents and electronic stored information related to the brokerage account and trading activities, specifically for MMTLP, but not including and including but not limited to order tickets, trade confirmations, settlement records, and communications concerning all my transactions. And this request is made under reasonable anticipation of litigation and pursuant to your obligation under the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 26 and 37 Part E. The SEC rules there identified, the FINRA Rule 4511 regarding books and entries, and you should also tell them that you're aware that broker dealers are required to retain certain records for a minimum of 3 years, so they must be obviously made aware of their obligation for this. Given pending or foreseeable legal proceedings, you are hereby instructing them to suspend any routine deletion, overwriting or recycling or potentially relevant data and to ensure your full preservation. And also I would suggest that you ask for confirmation or receipt of the notice and acknowledgement of your obligation to preserve the relevant trading record. So sign it, date it, put your address in, put your email, put your phone number, and also your broker account number and any other important details, and hopefully this helps. So again, I will add the link to this in the comments. Finally, if you'd like to join us in the Discord, get a copy of the daily stock alerts as well as the weekly watch list, and also join us in the challenge. Details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.